Welcome to my channel. Kindly like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you can get notification for the next story on this visit to Nazareth. Share this story with boys that you care about. Help them see that Jesus was a boy like them and had boy adventures too. JJ and his traveling companion arrived Nazareth at dusk. They journeyed for 2.5 days, tired, covered in dust, hungry, and thirsty. Their provision became exhausted as JJ kept giving away to the families they encountered. "Welcome home, son." She held him and shouted, "J-boy, come, your cousin is here." He took the steps 3 at a time, hugging him. He took his small bag, leading him to the room. "Wait and do the ablution. J-boy, please fetch water from the mikveh. Never forget the traditions of our people." Turning to the guide, she queried, "How was the journey? Blessed be Adonai, who brought you safely to us." JJ's guardian bowed to her, then sat on the bench by the wall. The ablution done, he attacked his meal. The meal was roast latkes and potato kugel, the best, he said, and left for the synagogue. "J-boy, bring JJ to eat, he must be hungry." The boys were in the room chatting. "Mother, I am not yet hungry," he shouted out. "No, my son. How is it possible that after the long journey, you are not hungry? Son, you will eat. Then you will tell me about my cousin and your father." "Okay, mother. I will eat." He stood by the door watching his auntie. "My Ima prepared roasted locusts for you. Won't you still eat?" J-boy whispered. A huge smile spread across his face as he sprang on the mat beside the food, hands outstretched to receive his portion. "I told you, Ima, that he eats locusts." J-boy came closer. "Come, taste some. It's delicious, exactly as mother cooks it." JJ stretched out his plate. "What? No, I won't eat bees. I ate shakshuka and bread. Look at my tummy. Not like your flattened one. Hurry up, we are going to play dreidel." He skipped upstairs to get his cousins. "Look at you, you are grow taller every day. And it feels like yesterday when you were born." Mary observed JJ with a twinkle in her eyes. "Ima, but JJ and I are almost the same height?" J-boy teased. "My son Aldonai is great. That year, the year of your birth, Aldonai visited his people indeed." She smiled at the memory. She paused, remembering. "I was so young then. Barely more than a girl. I had been told by the angel that I would bear the Savior. And though my heart was full of faith, I was also full of questions. Joseph, he was so wise and kind, but even he could not take away the fears of a young mother, a teenager about to give birth. We went to Bethlehem because of the decree of Caesar, the census. My body ached, and I worried that the child would come before we found a place to rest." JJ's eyes widened. "Was it scary, Ima?" Mary nodded softly. "Yes, it was. My Ima was in Nazareth, no midwife to guide me. In Bethlehem, we were strangers. Joseph tried. He knocked on doors, pleaded with innkeepers. But everywhere we turned, the answer was the same: no room. The city was crowded with travelers. My heart sank each time Joseph returned, shaking his head. I prayed the Lord not to let me deliver his son in the open street." J-boy leans forward. "But you did find a place, didn't you?" Mary smiled. "Yes, we did. At last, one innkeeper pointed us toward a stable. We praised God for the shelter. The smell of animals and the rough straw. My labor was hard, and Joseph did his best to comfort me, though he had never seen a birth before. And God gave me strength. I wrapped you in swaddling bands, laid you in a manger." Her voice grew softer, reverent. That night, the shepherds came from the fields, their faces glowing with wonder. They told us that angels had appeared to them, singing of your birth. They were the first to hear the good news. They knelt before you, praising God, and I knew that heaven itself was watching over us. And so we left for Egypt in the night, carrying you in our arms, trusting God to protect us." She sighed, remembering the hardship. It was not easy. Travel was harsh, food was scarce, and fear was constant. Yet through it all, the Lord provided. Strangers showed kindness, and Joseph's strength carried us forward. I learned then that faith is not only believing in God's promises, but also trusting Him when the road is rough and the future uncertain. J-Boy whispered, "Emma, so it was really hard back then." Mary nodded. Yes, it was hard. Life was not filled with comforts. Shepherds worked under the cold night sky. Innkeepers struggled with crowds. Wise men traveled for months across deserts. And even kings trembled at the thought of losing power. But in the midst of all that, God chose to enter the world. Not in a palace, not with armies, in the arms of a young mother and the care of a carpenter. That is the mystery of His love. She looked at her sons with deep affection. I want you to remember this. Your birth was not easy, but it was holy. Every tear, every fear, every step of that journey was part of God's plan. And though the world was harsh, His light shone brighter. The shepherd's joy, the wise men's gifts, Joseph's courage, and my faith, all of it was woven together to welcome Emmanuel, God with us.